I thought I'd just sit down really and have a bit of a chat, I suppose. Christmas is over. I'm not quite ready to let it go. I've really enjoyed Christmas this year. I think sometimes it can feel like such a high in the build-up leading up to Christmas, and then the big day happens and it can almost feel a bit flat afterwards. I really would like to be one of those people that celebrate 12 days of Christmas. Where Christmas Day is day one and then you celebrate right up until the 6th of January. Is it the 6th of January today? It's the 6th of January today. So my tree has stayed up until the 6th of January. I've really enjoyed having a smaller tree this year. I thought it would be more of a sacrifice, but it really hasn't been. I've thoroughly loved having it fit really easily into the room. Look at this guy. Oh, he's getting big. No. Ooh. We normally always watch the Little House episode, Christmas at Plum Creek, on Christmas Eve. That's mine and Liam's tradition that we've done since we got married. We just didn't have time this year. I know Liam particularly, he was getting a bit like, oh, we've not watched it. So we just watched it after Christmas. Why not? It's still supposed to be the 12 days of Christmas after Christmas. And I think sometimes there's nothing wrong with leaving out certain traditions or just changing them. Not everything has to be in the run up to Christmas. Yes, the year has ended, but I don't really feel quite ready to move into the next one. I think sometimes it's that feeling of you getting to the end of the race and then feeling like, oh, you've got to start running again. And I just would like a moment to not have any plans and not have to make any big decisions. And that just moment of breathing and reflecting maybe. And so that's what I've done this last week. And I've sat down over the last couple of days and thought, right, now I'm ready to start. I'm ready to begin. So Christmas holidays are over and the new year has now begun for me. So I'm not really taking any of these decorations down yet. I was supposed to be chatting and packing. I suppose we should put some of these away. I think the biggest thing that I can think of that I particularly enjoyed about last year was how much reading I did. I really made an effort to choose to read over being on my phone. Particularly in the evenings, I did have a bad habit, and I can easily fall back into that bad habit of being on my phone too much and listening to the night. And that's not saying that I think being on your phone is a bad thing. I love looking through my phone. I think there's so much inspiration and laughter and joy and creativity to be found online. And community. There's so many of us that don't have our family or our friends close anymore. Being able to share things easily with each other, common humour and common ideas and things that we love and we find funny or inspiring is a wonderful thing. It's a beautiful thing. And I don't think the internet should always be tarnished as this awful thing. That being said, there's lots of awful things on the internet, and therefore I don't want to be on it as much as I can be on it. So I really made an effort to choose to read. Ooh. I think it's just getting that balance. But I think that's the thing that I love the most is I've decided to do it. I've not ended up default going into anything. So if I've decided to read, I've decided to read. If I've decided to watch something, then that's what I've decided to do. Or if I've decided just to sit there and look at my phone that evening, I've decided to do that. And I've not ended up it's another evening spent on my phone. I think that's what I've liked. And it's ended up with me being able to read quite a few books this year, which this doesn't have a string. I think sometimes just making a small intentional decision can just be as fulfilling, and it can give you that boost of I'm not in the grips of something. I finished Throne of Glass service this year as well, and there is such a fandom online. It's so great to see that people communally enjoying something that's not hurting anyone, or going back and forth and discussing their favourite characters and the favourite plots and what moved them and what didn't work for them. I just think it's great for people to be excited about something and finding other people who are also excited about it. I think often you can be a little bit cruel to yourself that you haven't really done anything this year, or you've not had a big achievement, you've not advanced anywhere or made any big life decisions. I think we often downplay ourselves and how important we are. We don't all have big, meaningful, important jobs. You know, we're not all saving the day out here. That's not to detract from people who do fantastic things in the world, but it doesn't make you less important. I find that hard to sometimes think about, because in my head I'm like, well, of course it makes them more important. But with my children now, how I interact with them is the most important thing. As they grow up, my interaction with them and their dad's interaction with them and their wider family's interaction with them, that's what's shaping them. That's what's the most important thing to them. And whilst, yes, I suppose in the grand scheme of things, somebody who is cracking the quantum physics is probably more important than me in my small part of the world, I am important. I often feel like it's too big-headed to say that you are important, but you are important. Your place in the world where you are, in the home that you're in the work that you're in, it's more important often than we give ourselves credit for. And I feel like I definitely have discounted myself in the past. I always remember when I was pregnant with Jude, and I was in the booking appointment with the midwife, and she was going through asking me all the questions. And one of the questions she asked me was, what occupation are you? And I got a bit flustered, and I was like, oh, I'm just a stay-at-home mom. And I will forever remember that this lady, she put down her pen and she turned to me and she looked at me and she said, what do you mean just? And I thought to myself, why did I just discount myself? I'm going to have to use the wrapping for the bottles as tissue. So I would encourage this year, don't look at your life as, you know, I'm just a mom, I'm just a dad, I just go to work every day, I just, you know, work and pay the bills, I just retired now. We dismiss ourselves with all this language that belittles us, and you are more than that. You're more than just. I'm also trying out fringe, but I'm not sure. What are my goals for 2026? I think I definitely want to feel like I'm taking YouTube more seriously. I don't mean I don't take it seriously now, but I just mean more on the boring business side of things, I suppose. I need to be better with posting short form content and having it scheduled so that there's a regular rhythm to it that YouTube can recognise, because at the end of the day, when you're using somebody else's platform like Instagram or TikTok or YouTube, you're at their mercy, so you have to kind of play by their rules, otherwise your videos don't show up to anyone. I need to be a bit more playing the game in regards to YouTube. That doesn't mean I want to change what I'm doing, the content I'm creating, just how it's scheduled on the back end of it kind of things. And I suppose the other goal that I've set for myself this year is to start writing. I feel like that's the best way that I can communicate. I don't feel like my brain and my mouth are in sync, and I can't always articulate myself how I'm wanting to, how I hope to. So I've always wondered if I could write something, And you know what? Instead of just wondering, a bit like the Fringe, instead of just wondering, I'm just going to do it. I'm going to write a book. I bought myself a notebook, and I'm going to start writing down all the ideas that are kind of just, they're on the periphery of my vision, and every time I look at them, they always float a little bit further away, and I never sit and think about them long enough to bring them all into focus. So, powerful good notebook, because I'm going to start writing down my ideas, get a plan, and then just start writing. That's kind of where I am right now. I'm in a bit of a in-between, not wanting to let go and yet knowing that it's exciting to move forward. And there's nothing wrong with taking your time. You don't have to have goals by the 1st of January. You don't have to have goals by the 6th of January or halfway through January. I think it's fine to use January as your transition month of moving from one year into the next. So I hope this coming year is full of many happy moments for you. They may not be grand or adventurous. I don't know if I'll have any grand or adventurous moments this year, but I think often some of the funnest lives are made up of the small happy moments.